been so long since I've filmed. Like, it feels so weird being in front of the camera again, but I'm happy to be back. If you don't know me already, my name is Abbey. I am 17 years old, and I am currently writing my 5th novel. I'm very shiny. I don't know why. So yes, you heard me correctly. I am 17 years old and I have 4 published novels already. I have been a published author the entirety of my teenage years, which is insane to say, and I never thought of it that way until recently. But yeah, I have been a published author the entirety of my teenage years, and I have never really lost my passion for writing. I feel like with a lot of people who publish that young, they eventually lose the passion for it, and I never did. I am currently writing my 5th book, and it's been a roller coaster. It's been months and months of plotting and planning, and I finally got into the writing. But if you know anything about this novel, I have talked about it on this channel since early 2024, and it is now the end of 2025. And that is how long this sort of planning for this novel has been going. Even though I have written it and published an entire other book within that time period, this book has been in the works since early 2024, which is insane. So I thought I need to start vlogging again. It really helps me get motivated, and I've been super motivated and my creative juices have been on high a lot recently. So I was like, okay, I need to start vlogging again, and I'll get so much done that way. So I thought, let's just take you guys on kind of my life as a writer at 17 years old. Just took a shower and changed into pajamas because I was thinking, if I'm going to be on this vlog and I'm going to be writing, I want to be comfy, and I also want my hair to dry before tomorrow because I have work tomorrow, and so I don't have time to do my hair in the morning, so I did it now. So now, let's get into the vlog. This, my friends, is how my writing process normally starts. Looking, we've got Cherry Pepsi over here. We've got this journal, which is literally every single thought I've ever had about this book ever and more. And then we've got the Meadowbrook Springs Pinterest board. And Pinterest boards, they help me focus, honestly. Like, they help me get motivated to actually write. So I always pull it up at the beginning. Even though I've had this book idea running for quite a while, this Pinterest board just became a thing last night, and there's quite a few pins saved on here, 93 pins already, because that's what I've been doing instead of writing. I've been procrastinating, but I've got some quotes on here, and the rest is just cute pictures. I have some references for like outfits I specifically want to remember for later on. Oops, I didn't mean to press that. But let me pull up my playlist to show you as well. I need to go through this playlist to kind of take some things off of here, but this is the Meadowbrook playlist. In the story, the main character has a playlist entitled Meadowbrook that she listens to throughout the book, and so some of these songs are actually mentioned in the book, and others I just added based on vibes or based on things that happened in the book. Some of the lyrics match. Some of the songs that I especially love for it is Buzzcut Season. Literally anything on the Pure Heroine album is perfect for this book. I've said it so many different times. Like Real People Do is very important. I don't know, a lot of these are mentioned. Chiquitita is mentioned, Ever Since New York, anything with New York in it, because they're in New York, so I love listening to those as well. while writing. I love listening to New York City by Adrian Linker while I'm writing. That one's really good. Anything by Clairo, anything by Big Thief. Mythological Beauty, I don't know if it's on here, but it needs to be on here because that's a very important song as well. Writing, whoa, I am illuminated right now. Writing to me, and I'm sure it's the same for a lot of people, is more than just the actual writing itself, and it's a lot about the creative process, because that's kind of what gets me into the mood to write. And it's really hard, especially when you have a brain like mine, it's really hard to just be motivated to write the story when you need to write it, you know? Because I have creative visions all the time, and I can scroll across some random video on TikTok and get a book idea, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I need to write this eventually, but I can't write it now, even though I'm motivated to write it right now. And then my mind starts making up all kinds of scenes, and it's really hard when you have like one project that you're sticking to stick to it. So like the vibes, the Pinterest boards, the playlists, the journals, it really helps me focus. And a lot of people, it takes them out of the process. They don't actually want to write afterwards, but for me it helps me write. So yeah, I'm gonna record just kind of what my writing process is like the rest of tonight and probably into tomorrow, because it's getting kind of late, but I hope you guys will enjoy seeing that process. Somehow throughout this vlog, I'm looking worse and worse, and more chopped as we go. Anyways, to anyone wondering, isn't it too late to be drinking Pepsi? I mean, it's 9 o'clock at night. Yes, it is too late to be drinking Pepsi. However, it does help me focus. If you want this to be a good writing vlog, let me have this. Pepsi, sponsor me. I heart you. I also love how I like had my headphones on, turned my playlist on, and then immediately took them off because I was distracted. This is not starting on a good start. I always say that like soda helps me focus, and I think it's probably the caffeine, but I feel like coffee and soda help me focus in two completely different ways, even though they're both caffeine and they both help me focus. I drink way too much soda, obviously. Coffee gives me like a slight energy boost and creativity boost where I can be working for like until the coffee is gone. Soda gives me so much energy and so much creativity that I will be motivated the entire day. That being said, it also makes me want more soda, and I will also be drinking soda the entire day. On Tuesdays, I've got my cybersecurity class because I'm a cybersecurity student, and there's Dr. Pepper there, and I have like 4 Dr. Peppers every Tuesday, sometimes more than that. And is that good for me? No, not at all. But it helps me focus so much. It helps me lock in. I love soda. Get ready for bed with me. I heard that it's really good for your lips if you put honey and sugar on them every night, which is easy, so I'm gonna do that. Hello everyone, it's been a couple of days. It's been the holiday season, so it's been very busy for me. Christmas Eve is currently tomorrow, so you can gauge by that the time range of whence we're coming at you right now. But I thought I should talk about the premise of the book because I don't know if I ever really did. My book is a young adult romance book, and I've never written romance before. And it's very difficult, actually, more so difficult than I would say fantasy, which is insane for me to say, but I'm gonna say it. And it is obviously the genre is romance, but it's honestly more of a coming-of-age novel. These characters are starting their journey at like 16, 17 years old and ending their journey at 17, 18 years old. It spans around a year, about a year, and we get to see these characters really grow in their relationships with each other, and that's not just romantic relationships, that's also platonic relationships. And it's basically the premise of the story, without getting too much away, is our main character, Juniper, her mother used to have a best friend as a child who, and her and her sister, so June's mom and June's aunt, were best friends with this girl, and they kind of had like a pact as kids that they were going to move to New York when they were old enough and like be neighbors, or like live in a house together, like live together in New York. That was their plan. But you know, things happened and they didn't get to fulfill that dream. But their friend Danae, who is the mom and the aunt's best friend, is now living in New York, and everybody kind of went their separate ways. June's family is living in Colorado, and her aunt's family is living in Utah, and now Danae is in New York, and they're kind of like they've taken their separate paths, and things seem like they're not gonna get to fulfill that dream that they had. But then Danae lives in a very rural part of New York, and it's called Meadowbrook Springs, which is the title of the book. And Danae lives in a farmhouse, and there's acres and acres of land around it. And the only other thing in those acres of land is another farmhouse identical to it, and that farmhouse was just recently vacated, so it is now free, and not free, but people can move into the house. So she contacts June's family and is like, hey, do you want to move in? But the only thing that June remembers about Danae and her family is her two kids, who she remembers to be like kind of very bratty. And she has a son that's June's age, and she has a daughter that is June's little brother's age. And she just remembers that they're kind of bratty kids and she doesn't want to be around them. She just remembers Max, Danae's son, just bullying her. But she kind of comes to terms with the fact that she's moving because she gets to be with her cousin Marley again, because they've been away from each other because they've been living in separate states. So they move to New York, and it's sort of just a coming-of-age novel of how June's entire life changes. This is the spring that's like the end of her junior year going into her senior year, so it's sort of a very transitional period of time for her, and how she deals with that in a new state, in a new school, and the things that happen to her while she's there, and her and Max and their relationship, because they start off not really liking each other very much, and the fact that they are now neighbors kind of brings them together in a way, and I think that's very special, and I absolutely love the characters in this book so much. Hello everyone, I'm here a few days later to end this video off and give a few words of wisdom because I'm feeling a little bit sappy. If you can't hear me very well, it's because I have my fan on. It's actually like literally the middle of the night right now. But I just want to say thank you to everyone who supports me on my journey. It's been crazy. It's crazy to think about the fact that I've never had a teenage year where I wasn't a published author, and how I wonder how that has affected me throughout my teenage years. Like, I feel like I still have lived a pretty normal life, and like, I am not a super huge author, but like, just that fact of knowing that I am an author as a teenager and having that on my shoulders since I was 13 years old and being like a fun fact is just kind of insane. And you guys are the people that motivate me to keep on going, because I am motivation, like, I need motivation to continue on. But if you need a sign to start writing, start following any dream, really, it doesn't have to be writing, this is your sign. Go do it, because you never really know what's gonna happen. And even though I'm not a big author, like, I'm not famous, people don't know who I am, but I feel like what I've been doing all these years, all 4 years that I've been an author, has brought me closer to my dream of being a famous author. So thank you all for watching, and goodbye, and good night.